Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop. It's a very hot Florida day, spring Florida day here. What I'm here to talk to you about today is I'm going to call this out with the old in with the new. Not that this is necessarily old, but I do have a new machine to replace this machine in my shop. So I want to talk to you about why I'm going to replace it and how I'm going to replace it, and some pretty exciting new things that Lincoln's come out with that I like, and it caused me to acquire a new machine. This is a Lincoln WeldPack 140. This machine is set up for the consumer market, like the Home Depot, Lowe's box store, and the Tractor Supply, Farm Supply kind of store. It's a really good little machine, especially for a guy who's not going to weld every day. This machine does run on 110 volts. It's not a 230 volt machine, so it's fairly limited on its thickness of material. I have this spooled with a small diameter wire. I do a lot of heavier welding, so 035 or 045 or even 3/64 wire in a lot of my different machines here. And it's a pain when you got to do a little repair to pull the wire out of the gun, change the drive rolls, change everything over to make a 10-minute repair, especially on light stuff where 035 or larger wires just is not appropriate. With that being said, let me explain the wire difference. Just in case you've ever wondered why you're trying to weld on like sheet metal body parts or something that's relatively thin, if you have a problem always popping holes through it, let me explain why you might be having that problem. One, the machine just may be turned up too high. That happens a lot. So we turn the machine down to try to cool it down a little bit, and we still wind up burning holes through it. We can't figure out why. So let's think about this for a minute. A body panel, 028 to 030 thickness, and you're running 035 wire. Your wire is actually thicker than the metal that you're trying to weld to. So what essentially winds up happening is instead of your electrode wire coming out of your MIG welder melting, the base metal melts and goes away before it gets hot enough to melt the electrode. So one of the ways we can cure that is by running a small diameter wire. I use 025 wire here in the shop. I just keep this machine, I've kept it in the shop with 025, and anytime I've got a small repair or even some small fabrication, I really do like this machine for small fabrication because the torch is really small, and if I'm doing a lot of little small tight work, sometimes a big gun is it's cumbersome to get in the way. Not that you can't get it done, and not that a big gun doesn't do just as good a job if you're a competent welder. But this one's just a little easier and a little faster, so I've always kept this machine. The difference in this machine and like Lincoln's 140C model, to keep the price down competitive, they put a simpler drive system in it and changed some of the components on the inside. Not that that's bad, because you, as a consumer, if you're using this, you're not going to run the guts out of this machine. One of the things they do is they have a plastic drive roll system. Now this has proved to be especially sturdy for me. Had no complaints. The drive wire hasn't slipped. I've had no issues at all that I have any complaints about. However, when you upgrade to the 140C model, it comes with an all metal drive system. It's all aluminum, machined and cast aluminum parts. It's a little bit more cost in the machine, so that's why that machine is the next step up from here. That being said, I'm really pleased with this little machine. I'll probably wind up either horse trading it out or selling it to somebody who's trying to get their feet into the fabrication world and wants to play and learn, because it is a very forgiving machine and it runs a really nice speed. And I've been successful welding up to about multi-pass 1/4 inch with no real difficulties, provided you're careful and you kind of know what you're doing. Now, what I decided to replace this with is Lincoln's got a new machine out, and I saw it and I kind of got the nerdy computer geek eyes and the nerdy shop guy eyes, and I really wanted one, so I acquired a new machine. Now, what is it? It's Lincoln's Power MIG 210. This machine has a lot of bang for your buck. Right now they're advertising it in the US somewhere around $1,000, just under $1,000 for the machine. Now that's a lot more than this machine, but you get a lot more machine for a little bit of money, because the new Power MIG 210, not only does it a MIG welder, it also will DC TIG and DC stick weld. So in one machine, you get 3 welders. Most of the time in the shop, especially if you're fabricating your own hobby race car, four-wheeler, four-wheel drive truck, dirt bike, farm equipment, or anything else you need, that Power MIG 210 has got all the power you need to do anything you want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this out of here And I'm gonna get the new machine up here and we're gonna open it. I haven't even opened it, it's still sealed in the box. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw here today. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and like us on Facebook, please. Somewhere down below here is a link. We've got a lot more really cool stuff coming. Is that right, camera guy? Is there a link down there? Send me a comment. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Click whatever link, click something. See you soon.